I'm about to show you 4 cars. One of them is an SUV, another is a Kia rebadged as a Genesis, one is a Ford I actually used to own, and one is a luxury limousine. At first glance, this seems like the most random comparison, but it actually makes total sense. All of these cars have more than 320 horsepower, and all of them reach 0 to 60 miles per hour in either 5 seconds or less. You may be thinking, that's it? I mean, those are pretty normal numbers, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. Cars now are the fastest they've ever been, with luxury limousines packing over 560 horsepower and some family SUVs pushing 700. This made me wonder, why is that? To answer this question, we first need to go back in time to when cars were first made. The Benz patent motor car, model number 1. This thing had a mind-boggling, neck-breaking, physics-defying 0.75 horsepower from a single-cylinder 4-stroke engine. This was the fastest car of its time, and also, well, the only one. Let's jump ahead a few decades to 1970. This is a Jaguar E-Type with a V12 engine, and it reached 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. This is a 1974 Porsche 911 Turbo, also known as the Widowmaker. It was slightly faster than the Jaguar, reaching 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. These 2 cars, along with a plethora of others, are regarded as the fastest of the 70s. The only issue here is that the 4 cars you saw at the start of the video, yeah, they're faster. Basically, family cars that have also been given added performance are now faster than the fastest cars of some decades before. This is almost unbelievable, yet to us, this still isn't fast enough, huh? Recently, a Chinese company that goes by Guer made a car called the T2, which is very similar to a Land Rover Defender. It's got around 250 horsepower, yet people were complaining that it wasn't enough. The complaining got so bad that Guer actually crashed out. What is that, you may be thinking? Okay, random Chinese electric car. What's so special about it? A Bugatti Chiron has 1,578 horsepower. This has 1,572. 6 horsepower of a Chiron. In what world is that needed? My world, I like it. No, but actually, that thing in the wrong hands is a literal weapon of mass destruction. This is not an EV either, by the way. It has a 208 horsepower engine that acts as a generator, so it's a hybrid system. There are multiple examples like this, but how did we even get to this point? The answer is quite simple, actually. Technology. Our tech has continued to improve since the term technology even came into existence, and that's just what we are as humans. You see, we were born to inherit the stars. Technology can't really go backwards. I mean, it has to continue moving forward, as that's where the development leads us, forwards. Our tech today has become so advanced that the fastest cars from 40 or 50 years ago are now considered, in a way, regular traffic. I'm not talking about in terms of the cars themselves, but more so from a performance perspective. Superchargers and turbochargers have improved exponentially since the 70s and the 80s. And improved turbos and superchargers thus lead to improved performance. This, paired with the cars becoming more aerodynamic, with better transmission systems, better tires, and in some cases, cars being hybrids, all of this has played a major role in making cars faster. Shout out to my little friend, Transmission here. They don't actually get the love they deserve, and I will prove this right now by showing you 2 examples. The 911 Turbo S, the 992 generation, is a standout one. I am 100% sure you've seen multiple car wow drag races. It's down on power compared to most of its competitors, yet it can still smoke them off the line and achieves a 10.2 quarter-mile time. The GTR Nismo is also a good example, though one thing I didn't mention, and kind of on purpose, is that both of these cars are quite light. Sure, not lighter than their competition necessarily, but still light nonetheless. Oh, and duh, weight also plays a major factor in car performance. I mean, it's obvious. Weight is something you'll see a lot of if you look into high-performance hybrids. The reasoning is also as simple as the previous points. A hybrid system requires a motor and a battery pack, which adds quite a lot of weight. You'll see sedans weighing 2.4 to 2.5 tons easily. The M5 G90, that's almost 2.5 tons. The AMG GT63 SE Performance, that's 2.3 tons. The M5 has 717 horsepower and the AMG has 843. Hybrid systems have allowed cars to reach a new threshold of power. I mean, if you tell anyone 20 years ago that some sedans would pack over 700 horsepower, in some instances, over 800, they'll think you're crazy. But that is our reality today. Power, but all of this got me wondering something else. We know cars have gotten faster, we know technology has advanced, but my question now is, what is our limit? Speed limits have gone up over the last few decades, but still, a family car that's capable of doing 160, 170, 180, or even 190 miles per hour is not going to be able to stretch its leg out unless you live on the Autobahn. So, why? What is the point of making these cars faster? Well, to put it simply, regulation. Regulations now require a car to meet certain categories, and in some cases, car manufacturers have to make their cars hybrids. But a hybrid performance machine won't be as sought after just because it's a hybrid. So to negate that, they add a lot of power. More horsepower has pretty much become a marketing stunt now. More your car to make headlines, yeah, slap 1500 horsepower in it and you'll get the attention you need and save a ton on advertising. Hey yo, what the... But be careful. You don't want to be doing a massive sin and slap a 4-cylinder in a car that's had an 8-cylinder, stating that the hybrid performance tech is what your people want rather than a massive V8. So now we've sort of figured out why big performance machines have gone up in power. Let's try to figure out the peculiar case of the ordinary car also becoming more powerful. For this, I want to be as unbiased as possible, so I'm going to use a car that I used to own. A Mazda CX-5. This car was actually surprisingly powerful with a 250 horsepower engine. This is a regular car for the regular person. Now, let's jump back around 30 years and see the regular car for the regular person then. A Honda CR-V from 1995. This thing had 128 horsepower, which is just over half the power of the CX-5. Clearly, an increase in power was not needed per se, at least in this segment of cars. But there is a major benefit of having more power here. More power allows cars to cruise better on highways because the engine doesn't have to work as hard. This is not only smoother, but also more economical. Cars, since the 90s, have had more safety tech and whatnot put in, and that adds weight, so cars need more power to cope with it. As a result, the side effect is a car that's faster. I'm not complaining at all, to be honest. This is where I was planning on ending the video, but I couldn't pass up an opportunity to show you some everyday SL unsuspecting cars that have a lot of power, while also teasing my next video. A luxury limousine SL sedan meant for CEOs and business people, but also slapped with a 6.6-liter V12 engine, pushing over 600 horsepower. Don't forget to join the Discord for more ASMR content. I'm having way too much fun making these videos. You need to take this mic away from me, honestly.